How many of you rode your bike today? Raise your hand if you rode your bike today. Raise your hand if you walked to the market today. Yeah. Raise your hand if you took public transportation today. Awesome. So with the help of Rozzie Bikes and WalkUP Roslindale, today we're celebrating Green Mobility Day. That's why you see a bunch of green stickers. Also, we are a volunteer-driven organization, so I'm about to list all the volunteers that made this possible and to thank everybody. First off, our RVMS Farmers Market co-chairs, Liz Graham-Meredith and Richard Chalfin. They lead, yes, give them a round of applause. They lead a group of volunteers to make this event possible. I have some key volunteers of note I'd like to thank. Kristen Halbert, who brought the opposite people here today that you'll hear after the ribbon cutting. Lise Bradford, who put together our children's activities series this year. Michelle Audette, who put together our wellness series. Glenn Williams, the voice of Roslindale back there. Roslindale Wants to Play brought a giant cornhole game on Poplar Street that you can play with today. Also, all the vendors and local businesses that are part of today, thank you so much for being part of opening day. I also think we need to give a big round of applause for our very, very small staff. Emmy Smella, our farmers market manager. Without her, this market would not be possible. You see her every Saturday at the tent over there with our market assistant, Steve, who is known for his supreme balloon blowing skills. And of course, Kelsey Evans, our program manager. If you love our newsletter, if you love our social media, if you love our photos, you can thank Kelsey Evans and Bruce, our photographer. They work together to put on some great social media for us. I also want to thank our business supporters who make our programs possible and free to the public. Boston Building Resources, Balanced Rock Investment Advisors, Tremont Credit Union, Centercut Salon and Spa, the Leggett Group, and Cherthui Brothers. I want to thank the Boston Main Streets Program, the Office of Economic Development, Commissioner Cook and the Parks Department for making this park beautiful. I want to thank the Office of Food Initiatives for helping us connect with other market managers, and Captain McLaughlin and E5 of keeping us safe in this park today. Councillor McCarthy, who, while not here celebrating his anniversary with his wife, I want to thank him for his support. And Dan Murphy, our Neighborhood Services Liaison. So that's a lot of thank yous.
Alia, there was one thing that I was supposed to mention that I forgot to, and I apologize.
What is it?
Because I was supposed to put a shout out to any of our elected officials that might be hanging around here. We want to invite them all to please join us up at the stage. Thank you.
We got Michelle Wu and Councillor Ayanna Presley here. We've got the Mayor of Boston, Marty Walsh, here today. And to kick off our program, we have our Roslindale resident, Councillor President Michelle Wu.
Good morning, everyone. So exciting that we're all back here, first Saturday, and of many, many to come. To get to see all the kids and the families here. I couldn't be prouder to be a Rozzie resident and to have the farmers market really anchor a community in our neighborhood. So you heard Councilor McCarthy sends his regrets. Any other day he would have been here. Proud to be here with my at-large colleague, Councilor Ayanna Presley. And you know, all of us on the council are always so proud of Roslindale and all the success that we see here. But my job today, my job today is to introduce our awardee for Green Mobility Day. You all may or may not know, but Roslindale is actually famous across the state in circles around advocacy for transportation sustainability, for walkability, for green transit. We have the head of WalkUP Rozzie here. We have lots of advocates from all different, Rozzie Bikes are represented here, lots of different organizations. We are proud to have a very strong partner in the mayor's office. Mayor Marty Walsh has elevated active transportation for the first time, appointing a chief of streets, Chris Osgood, who's here with us as well. Give a hand to Chris. Active Transportation Director Stephanie Seskin, many other great team members who were just recently in the neighborhood doing a walk audit, evaluating safety of our streets. So the mayor's been an incredible partner. We are excited to see all of the changes coming across the city for infrastructure, potentially a dedicated bus lane on Washington Street here in Roslindale, and I couldn't be prouder to introduce my friend, our mayor, Marty Walsh.
Thank you very much, Michelle. Thank you. I want to give a special shout out to my colleagues to my right. They do incredible work. Last night I was in Dudley Square at my brother's keeper, a program in Boston for Black and Brown boys, and Ayanna Presley was there, and she's such an active participant in that, and also for the young girls and young women in our city. And Michelle Wu is another person, advocate for the young people in our city. So we are blessed in this city to have a diverse, incredible elected official. I don't know what the right word for us all, but I wish Washington will follow what we're doing here in Boston. So anyway, to these two ladies, I want to thank Roslindale Village Main Streets. I want to congratulate you on the 32nd annual farmers market. There is no farmers market like this in the country, with so much going on and so much support from the neighborhood. So I want to thank all of you for coming out. I want to thank all the vendors and wish you well in this upcoming year, and thank you for being here. Green Mobility Award, I'm getting that. It's an honor, particularly in what's happening in Washington, but it's not me, it's all of us. We work in this together. The activists in the community that's here in front of me, the elected officials in City Hall, the elected officials at the State House, we got to do this together. This isn't about one speech I can give or Michelle can give or Ayanna can give. This is about how do we truly move our environment forward. The actions this week by the president weren't good, but that doesn't mean that we stop. All it means is that we continue to move forward. We continue to make a difference in the earth. We continue to make sure that our environment is safe and protected, and we're going to continue that, and we're going to continue to lead the way in the United States of America right here in Boston. And I want to just address real quickly mobility in transportation, just because there's been a lot of facts and not enough facts getting out there and things that happen. And I was on a radio station the other day, and Jim Brody asked me the question, what do you think is going on the streets of Boston with bicyclists and walkers? And what I said, and if you listen to the whole interview, what I said is I think that we all have to live together on the roads. We need our bicyclists, we need our walkers, we need our cars. Right now in today's world, we have multiple modes of transportation, and we have to be very careful of each other. We got to work together, because what we want to do is cut down on gas emissions, and we want to reduce our carbon. We're going to come down to carbon reduction to zero, hopefully be carbon neutral by 2050. We don't do that by increasing cars on the road. We do that by increasing pedestrians and bicyclists and ability to be able to move our infrastructure forward. That's how we do it. And just so everyone here knows, and this isn't me, this is all of us collectively working. First of all, the City Council passed an ordinance that lowered the speed limit to 25 miles per hour. We sent that ordinance to the State House. The State House gave us back the bill, and we were able to lower the speed limit, default speed limit in the city of Boston, 25 miles per hour. We're working on, that is new. We're working on slowing down traffic in Boston. It's not going to happen overnight, but it is going to happen. We're going to continue to work. We're adding bike lanes on Mass Ave, and we also broke ground in ones in downtown Boston. So as we move forward, as we think about the future of the city, we are going to have more dedicated bike lanes in the city of Boston, in our neighborhoods, in all our neighborhoods. Again, it can't happen overnight, but we're working towards that goal as we talk about. We started the neighborhood slow streets in Stony Brook and Talbot Ave, Norfolk Triangle, and we're also adding $1 million because of advocacy and request of the City Council and all of us. We're going to add more money into the program, where we're going to be bringing more slow street programs to different neighborhoods of the city of Boston. We added a crossing at Washington Street and Blue Ledge. We have a 5-year, $700 million street level investment in our capital budget. That's for the state, the city, and the federal government. That's $700 million of infrastructure that's coming to the city of Boston over the next 5 years that we're going to continue to grow out as we move forward. We're also going to make sure we're going to repaint all our bike lane, our crosswalks and our roadways. And people might say, well, painting doesn't help. It does help when we don't have it. And we're going to be talking about enforcement. So when I say that, I want to thank all of you, because this neighborhood truly is one of the most aggressive advocacy communities in the city of Boston and the Commonwealth of Massachusetts. And I say that in a positive way because in a lot of ways you lead the way in advocating. So I want to thank you. Have a great time. Spend plenty of money at this farmers market because we want to make sure that we bring more farmers market, more fresh fruits, not just to Roslindale, but to the entire city of Boston. Thank you very much.
We want to actually give Mayor Walsh an award. So I have Vice President Rob Orthman, who is going to present it, and Liz Graham-Meredith, who is the co-chair of the Farmers Market Committee, to say a few words before we cut the ribbon. It's really going to happen, I promise.
Thanks, Alia. Mr. Mayor, we want to, on behalf of Roslindale Village Main Street, we want to thank you for being here today, as well as Councilors Wu and Presley. We have a Green Mobility Award that we're going to present to you, and I'm just going to read what the award says and then present it to the Mayor. On Saturday, June 3rd, 2017, at the occasion of the annual opening of the Roslindale Village Main Street Summers Farmers Market, we, the residents of Roslindale and Boston, traveling by foot, bicycle, and public transportation to Adams Park, wish to recognize Mayor Martin J. Walsh for committing to Vision Zero and the Go Boston 2030 Planning Initiative. In particular, we wish to recognize the Vision Zero improvements in our neighborhood of Roslindale and the inclusion of ambitious Roslindale projects in the Go Boston 2030 plan, such as the Arboretum Gateway Path, the American Legion Parkway Multi-Use Path, and rapid bus transit on Washington Street. These initiatives will continue to move Roslindale and Boston towards becoming a more vibrant, people-centered, friendly, and safe neighborhood and city. Thank you very much, Mr. Mayor. And now I'll hand it over to Liz Graham-Meredith, who actually has some cool Roslindale swag for the mayor, and to cut the ribbon.
Yeah, I just want to say, and I think everybody will agree, that we consider Mayor Walsh to be an honorary Rozzie Dent. So we got some great stuff in here for him, and I think we should cut the ribbon. Let's do it!
Right over here. Hey Glenn, can I help? Come on, let's go. Grab one side. Come on, everybody grab some.
Guys, come on. Come on over here. All the little people. Come in.
Awesome.
You can help me cut? All right.
Want me to help you count it down, Mr. Mayor?
All right, let's get a few more little people coming. Come on under.
Okay, can we get some more help up front here? Is everybody happy? Come on, get in here. All right.
Are you going to help me cut? All right, now. Watch your hands.
4, 3, 2, 1. Hey!
Good job, guys.